Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at deck that actually won on 2019 World Championship. So the guy from Australia, Henry Brand, actually used this deck to win championship in Master Division. He played versus a Japanese player Shintori Ito, if I'm not wrong, who actually won 2018 World Championship with Mega Audino, and Ito played Blacephalon. And in the first game, he unfortunately lost the game because of the um, two prize disqualification. So, pretty controversial decision, especially in the finals. I don't know why judges actually did that, especially because there was like 16 minutes left and it was the game number one. So there was a rumor that he was actually during the week couple times, no couple times coaches by the judges, but still I don't know what to say about that decision. Personally, I think it was just a little bit rude, but especially in the finals where you have like 75 or 80 minutes match or whatever, how long it is. So you can definitely take more than a minute or two to promote Pokemon in the front or not. But anyways, let's just take the look at the deck list. So the deck list was basically featured and played around Mewtwo with perfection. There was pretty much couple decks that was used in the Master Division. Of course, there was Blacephalon, then other Mewtwo decks. Mostly the Mewtwo was the most played, at least in the stream, what I was able to see. There was also a couple Pikazekrom decks and pretty much Necrozma version of the deck, and Necrozma with Ultra Necrozma with Melamar, and also Necrozma, Giratina, and Melamar deck. Pretty much I saw only those 5 decks, and of course that beautiful Behem deck with item lock that guy from Sweden played. I actually forgot his name, but I recorded that video yesterday, unfortunately without the exact deck list. So this is the deck list that looks like one won that World Championship. So let's go quickly through it so we can actually see it. So as I mentioned, Perfection Mewtwo can basically copy any attack of Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX on bench or in discard pile, meaning that you need to have energy to use that attack. So as long as you have either way, in this case fire up psychic energy, you can copy whatever you need. And there's a lot of different attacking Pokemon that you can use to attack, or maybe to use them as a support or energy acceleration or stuff like that. So first on this deck list is a Naganadel GX, the new one with Ultra conversion ability, but it's just useless because we're just gonna take a look at that Venom shot, which says that by discarding 2 energy cards from this Pokemon, this attack does 170 damage to one of your opponent's benched Pokemon. So being able to use Venom shot and snipe on opponent bench is very good, because you can snipe for 2 prize cards, for example, that didn't win the game, especially if you have in the front something like, I don't know, Reshizard. Oh, I also forget to mention that the Reshizard was also being heavily used on stream as well. So there was like 6-7 different decks, mostly used by 90% of players, I should say that, and maybe 10% of the players came with something that was like Behem, for example, trying to surprise and maybe win championship. So of course, then another attacking Pokemon can be used as well without, having Mewtwo in play. For example, it is a Reshiram and Charizard GX with 270 HP. So 3 different attacks: Outrage, Flare Strike, and Double Blaze GX. Usually first you want to use Flare Strike and then later Double Blaze, and then after that Flare Strike, of course, if you manage to survive. It is a tag team Pokemon, so still you're losing 3 prize cards, but hey, um, it's 270 HP, so it's not that easy to be knocked out. Then another Pokemon on the deck list was Macargo GX. Very interesting decision to use Macargo, basically because with the Lava Flow you can hit for 50 plus 50 for each energy you discard in this way. So basically, for each energy you discard, you can hit for 50. And even with the Burning Magma, you can win in some situations if you didn't use GX, which is pretty cool. 3 copies of the Din with the Den Charge was here manually for that setup and draw support. You can't attack with the Din. Once you put it on the bench, you're pretty much doomed and locked because you're probably gonna lose the prize card sooner or later if your opponent can, for example, snipe you with Blacephalon Naganandel deck on the bench, let's say that. Or maybe in Mirror Match. There was also Cobalion on this deck list. I kind of like it because with Iron Roll GX, during your opponent's next turn, their Pokemon can't attack. So, for example, if you don't have nothing, if you can't use nothing, pretty much, you can always try to use Iron Roll GX and prevent opponents from attacking you next turn, which is always good. One of the cards that I kind of like in this deck list is definitely not this Solgaleo, but my goodness, I actually included a wrong Solgaleo GX, and I don't even own this card, so there is a correct Solgaleo with Turbo Strike, which says that you can attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon, which is pretty good because you only have 3 Psychic Energies, and sometimes you might need to use, Psychic Energies to attack, and that's very good. But another attack that Solgaleo have is a Prominence GX attack, which says that you can heal all damage from all of your Pokemon. You can't use more than 1 GX, which is also very, very useful in this deck, especially because you have heavily loaded GX deck. Another card, very interesting, another card in this deck list is Espeon and Deoxys GX with Psychic Club. You can hit for 10 plus 30 damage for each of your benched Psychic Pokemon. So let's say you have like 4 copies of Mewtwo and maybe 1 Latios, or let's say Marshadow Latios, 2 Mewtwo on the bench, and Jirachi, you can hit for like 160 with Welder and 1 energy attached from your hand, which is pretty insane amount of the damage. Plus you can use Cross Division GX and put 10 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. And if this Pokemon has at least 3 energy cards, you can put 20 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon instead, which means that you can knock, for example, 3 Pidgeotto in this case. You can knock 2 Zapdos out and spread damage around the board, so you can just take much more easier knockouts, or simply knock something on the bench. There was also Jirachi GX with that Psychic Zone. Psychic Zone, don't apply Psychic Weakness when Pokemon, both you and your opponent, take damage from attacks, which is pretty useful for Mewtwo. Star Search, search your deck for an energy attached to one of your Psychic Pokemon, or Star Shield GX, prevent all effects of attack, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent next turn. So you can prevent all effects of attack, including damage done, but you need to have 3 Psychic Energies, and Jirachi was here mainly for that Psychic Zone. So other Pokemons on this deck list, of course, 1 Latios GX with Power Bind ability, which says that if you have 4 Fever Pokemons in play, unfortunately this Pokemon can't attack, so you need to have 5 Pokemons in play or more. And then with the Attack Purge, during your opponent next turn, you can prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from Tag Team Pokemon, which is really, really strong. And also this Clear Vision GX attack says that for the rest of this game, your opponent can't use any GX attack. But Tag Pure GX, Tag Purge GX, 120 plus your opponent next turn can't, attack with Tag Team. He can attack, but you're preventing that damage done to Latios, which is pretty insane. And if you copy this with the Mewtwo, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you play versus GX deck, the person who first managed to attack is obviously the winner. Marshadow, Resetting Hull, it's pretty much here for that stadium discardment, but we saw that he was used in the final game in the Master Division with that red Knuckles for knockout versus Poipole, which have 2 energies on it, and that was pretty much the game. And of course, 4 copies of Mewtwo and Mew GX. From the item cards, not too many different cards. You know, for the best possible consistency, 4 copies of Acrobike, then 4 copies of Cherish Ball, where you can search your deck for a Pokemon GX reel and put in your hand. 4 copies of Custom Catcher. If you play 2 of them, you can catch one of your opponent Pokemon on the bench. If you play only 1, you can draw cards until you have 3 in your hand. 1 copy of Electromagnetic Raider in addition to setup, as well as 3 copies of Mystery Treasure. If you're not sure what Electromagnetic Raider is for, it's definitely here, so you can grab yourself the day and put it in your hand so you can draw some extra cards. Fire Crystal, put 3 energies from your discard pile in your hand, and those energies needs to be fire energies. Very useful because if you run out of the energies, you can always use Fire Crystal, get 3 energies in your hand, play Welder, attach energy manually from your hand, and you're good to go with attack. Mystery Treasure times 3, also one very good card here in this build. It allows you to discard a card from your hand in order to search your deck for a Psychic or Dragon Pokemon, which is very good because you can discard in this way any of your Pokemons and search your deck for, let's say, Mewtwo, Marshadow, Latias. You can even grab Naganandel, for example, because it is a Dragon-type Pokemon, Espeon, or maybe Jirachi. Some other cards that features this deck, of course, 4 copies of Pokegear, because you really need to find Welder as fast as possible. 2 copies of Switch, so you can have also Switch option available. For Stadium cards, 3 copies of John Hurt, one very, very powerful Stadium. It is pretty much heart of this deck because John Hurt, you can discard card from your hand, and then you can just basically search your deck for 2 energy cards, 2 fire energy cards, and put them in your hand. So this John Hurt actually help you to get rid of unnecessary cards like Macargo, Naganandel, let's say Cobalion, Solgaleo, so you can just have them in your discard pile, then Mewtwo can simply copy attack of them, and you can search your deck for 2 fire energies, so you can use it with a Welder. And there was also 1 version of Forest included in this build as well for the Psychic energy search, or just, you know, fire if you already have Psychic, and if you need extra fire. Only 6 supporter cards, which 2 of them are build analyzes, and 4 of them are actually Welders for extra acceleration and 3 card draw. 8 copies of regular fire and 3 copies of regular Psychic energy cards. And that's pretty much the deck list that won the World Championship in Master Division for 2019. Congratulations to Henry Brandt and also to everybody who participated in World Championship 2019 from Junior, Senior up to the Master Division. I hope you all have a great day. Make sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Let me know also in the comments below what you think about it. And yeah, I'm not gonna waste time trying to play the deck on TCGO because I'm missing this Solgaleo GX card. So unfortunately, I can't test it out. But yeah, at least you have Decklist so you can see what actually managed to win in the Master Division. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So have a nice day and goodbye.